You know, Bram Stoker's Dracula is so much more than just a story about a vampire. It's really a masterclass in building psychological horror. So, for this, we're not just going to summarize a Gothic novel. Oh no. We are going to dissect exactly how Stoker uses the journal of one unsuspecting man, Jonathan Harker, to create this incredible atmosphere of relentless, slow burn terror. So let's peel back the layers and see how the mundane twists into the monstrous, one journal entry at a time.
So it all kicks off with a journey. Right from the get-go, Stoker sets up this feeling of crossing a threshold. And it's not just about geography, going from London to Transylvania. It's a journey back in time. Harker can feel himself leaving the rational modern world behind and stepping into a land that's just steeped in ancient superstitions, a place where the old rules and the old fears are still very much alive. So what happens when a man of science and reason gets thrown into a world that completely defies both?
And that's what's so brilliant about the setup, right? It all starts so normal. Jonathan Harker is a professional, a guy who deals in logic and contracts, and he's just on a simple business trip to finalize a real estate deal. We get to experience this escalating nightmare right alongside him, entry by journal entry, as the ordinary slowly and just terrifyingly dissolves into the supernatural. And Stoker really takes his time here. He knows that the most effective kind of terror doesn't come from a big jump scare. No, it comes from these tiny, creeping seeds of doubt. And this classic foreshadowing, it doesn't begin with monsters, but with the desperate reactions of just ordinary people. I mean, just look at these warnings. These are not just random superstitions. The local people are genuinely terrified for him. The hotel owner's wife is on her knees begging him not to go. His fellow passengers are pressing these protective charms on him with this desperate sincerity. You can feel their fear, and it just raises this chilling question for us. What could possibly be waiting for him that inspires this much dread in everyone who knows about it?
Okay, and this right here, this is just a perfect piece of dramatic irony. Harker, the rational Englishman, he looks these words up in his little dictionary and kind of just brushes them off as, oh, quaint local folklore, maybe I'll ask the Count about it later. But we, the audience, we know exactly what those words mean. We know the danger he's walking into, and the fact that he's so clueless just cranks up our own sense of dread.
And this is it. This is the point of no return. The ordinary coach from the real world, it can't go any further. To get to the castle, Harker has to be taken by the Count's personal driver, this silent, imposing figure with inhuman strength and these incredibly unsettling glowing red eyes. He has now officially left the known world behind. All right, so after that creepy trip, you'd expect some kind of monster, right? Well, this is where Stoker pulls his next brilliant trick. He completely subverts our expectations. The horror isn't obvious. It's hiding in plain sight, behind a mask of perfect courtesy.
This is a masterclass in contradiction. Just look at the left column. Perfect English, courteous, intelligent. I mean, the ideal host. But then you look at the right, and every single physical detail is a screaming alarm bell. The icy touch, the foul breath, the sharp teeth. Harker's logical mind is trying to process the nobleman on the left, but his gut, his primal instincts are screaming about the creature on the right. And that conflict is the engine that drives all the initial suspense. And then, bam, the mask slips. As wolves start howling outside, Dracula doesn't react with fear. He reacts with this chilling, almost loving affection. He calls them the children of the night. And in that one iconic line, he reveals his deep, unnatural connection to the darkness and the creatures that live in it, pretty much confirming Harker's deepest unspoken fears. So that initial feeling of unease, it starts to curdle into something way, way worse. The polite little story that Harker is a guest begins to fall apart, revealing the horrifying truth of his situation piece by agonizing piece.
And it all starts with this one simple question. Harker realizes he has never seen a single servant, not one. He's never heard another voice. The meals just appear like magic. The Count seems to do everything himself. And that vast, empty castle becomes a character in itself, a silent, suffocating trap. The real terror here isn't one big thing. It's all these little details piling up. Each locked door is another bar on his cage. The fact that there are no mirrors is weird, sure, But the moment Harker sees the room behind him in his shaving mirror, while the Count standing right next to him is not reflected, well, at that point, the supernatural is no longer a suspicion, it is a terrifying fact. And that's the moment. That's the click. All the little oddities, the warnings from the villagers, the unsettling feelings, they all snap into place. He's not a guest, he's prey, and there is no way out.
Okay, so now that Harker knows he's a prisoner, Stoker just floors it. The subtle suspense gives way to outright, undeniable horror. Harker isn't just suspecting things anymore, he is witnessing the impossible.
I mean, can you even picture a more terrifying, more unnatural sight? It's a total violation of the laws of nature. Dracula doesn't just walk, he crawls down a sheer cliff face like some kind of lizard. This single act cements his inhuman nature. He is a monster that just happens to wear the shape of a man.
And then, as if that's not enough, Stoker throws in this whole new level of horror, one that mixes desire with death. These three sisters are both seductive and completely predatory. They represent this horrifying corruption of life itself, promising a kiss that is also a fatal wound. When Dracula steps in here, it's maybe one of the most revealing moments of all. He doesn't save Harker out of mercy. Oh no, he saves him out of sheer ownership. His anger is the anger of a master protecting his property, and that chilling phrase, "this man belongs to me," it just erases any last scrap of hope Harker might have had. He's not a person anymore, he's a thing, a possession, to be used whenever the Count feels like it.
And this might be the most grotesque reveal in the entire book. Harker finds the Count in his coffin, not dead, but in this horrific state of rejuvenation, bloated and gorged on fresh blood. The image of him as a filthy leech is just pure body horror. It rips away any last shred of that aristocratic glamour and reveals the foul parasite hiding underneath.
All right, we're in the end game now. Pure desperation. Every possible avenue of hope is systematically cut off, and Dracula's meticulous, cruel plan becomes horrifyingly clear. This is just next-level psychological torture. Look how Dracula's plan unfolds. He doesn't just want to kill Harker, he wants to literally erase him. He forces Harker to write these letters dated weeks apart, creating a fake timeline from June 12th to the 29th. It's a cover story that will make it seem like everything is fine for weeks. Harker isn't just trapped physically, he's being methodically removed from the world's memory. So think about it. Every attempt to escape has failed. Every hope has been crushed. The gypsies who might have helped him just ignore his pleas. The doors are all locked. The nights belong to the Count and his brides. There is truly, absolutely nowhere left to run. And with that one last entry, the journal just stops. Harker's final choice is between a monstrous, undead fate and a mortal death on the rocks below. And that last line, "At its foot a man may sleep, as a man," wow, it's just so powerful. It's this desperate plea to die with his humanity intact. Does he jump? Does he find some other way out? The journal ends, leaving us with that one haunting question. In the face of absolute horror, what is the true price of escape?